You remember John Tunstall? Remember the story?
500 keys of cocaine on the plane. I gassed the aircraft myself, loaded it, and departed. And each time I did it, I paid myself 20 kilos, which is approximately $400,000.
Now it is alleged the CIA also helped the Contras raise money for arms by introducing crack cocaine into California. It is an appalling charge. It is an appalling charge that goes to the heart of this country.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute here.
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time.
I have some comments concerning the CIA/crack cocaine connection that we've all read about in the Mercury News. These disclosures linking the CIA with drug trafficking in the poor and oppressed communities throughout this country has rightfully justified for many of these people in these communities long-held suspicions of government complicity in the crack plague. These same people have been the recipients of this plague in the form of drug crime, killings, jailings, babies born to crack addiction, the erosion of guaranteed constitutional rights, discriminatory law enforcement policies. For example, it is a well-known fact that over 80% of those that use cocaine are white, yet at the same time, over 87% of those being in prison for the use of crack cocaine have been minorities, people of color in general, and black people in particular.
The people who need the help don't get the money. They build a new prison. They done built 6 already in South LA on 77th and Broadway. A new prison.
Actually, given Dr. Oleski's work and indeed just natural logic from taking a look at this new disease over the past couple of years, do you see any direction, any turn that has been made in this disease, given especially Oleski's work?
I think there's no question about that. As you know, this syndrome has been evolving over the past several months. It seems that as every month or even week goes by, we learn a little bit more about how it can go out of its original epidemiological constraints. Early on, as you know, the disease was felt to be limited to the male homosexual community and then the IV drug users, and then we began to see that groups like Haitians, hemophiliacs, the implications of possible transmission via blood transfusions. When you have a situation that we're seeing here with this recent article by Oleski, in which children, household contacts of either individuals with AIDS or individuals at high risk for AIDS, have indeed, at least a significant number of them, have what looks like a syndrome that's identical to AIDS syndrome, that tells you that it's quite possible.
The day of 9/11, and as soon as the second plane hit, you just knew that we would have to find out who did it and have those people pay a price.
I remember people being pretty honest about this new war on terror. And they said, yes, we're going to go to Afghanistan. But terrorism of this sort was a movement.
It looked like a simple picture. It was Afghanistan, it was Bin Laden, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban. It was just that. But then it started to be about Saddam Hussein, about weapons of mass destruction. It became threats to North Korea. It became radicalism, jihadism. It became about ISIS.
It's hard to look at the last 20 years and think that
Conspiracy theories are running wild tonight about the Army's plan for a multi-state training exercise this summer called Jade Helm 15.
What's happening is between July and September, a bunch of Green Berets, Navy SEALs, and Special Ops from the Air Force and Marines are conducting some realistic training exercises across the Southwest, including 17 different Texas cities. The goal is to see if groups of these special forces can move around the civilian population without being noticed. You know, blend in so they can place themselves in strategic positions to handle different threat scenarios. The military says these are vital skills when it comes to an ever-changing threat. But in the slideshow of the training exercise, it says Texas will be simulated hostile territory.
Blind-sided customers were greeted with signs on the door saying this Pico Rivera Walmart is closed and does not have a reopen date.
All of a sudden, just like that, it closes? They shut the doors?
It's one of 5 Walmarts across the country shutting their doors, citing persistent, ongoing plumbing problems.
I think it's a lie. I think it's something else.
An uncertain closure, store officials say, that could last 6 months or more.
Weapon. You can't go out and buy a cannon. And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, if you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun. No, I'm not joking. Think about this.